we've lost. We lost Saeed in 2020. Good dude I worked with. Before that, we lost Big Tony 2017. And somebody who was very close to me, which is Black Bo. Black Bo was with Ross, all I can remember. And he was the reason. I'll mention Ross, but you don't mention clients, but I'll mention Ross. Ross is my brother, and I got love for Ross. But Black Bo is something different. He taught me things that I would have never learned just being in the business normally. Mm-hmm. The street aspects of Miami, right? The street culture, stuff that I can't mention today, but things that gave me a awareness that I would have never been able to see came from the eyes of Black Bo.
Right.
And we'll give a moment of silence.
For these
brothers.
Man.
Yeah, man. I mean, Black Bo was, man. I mean, the client is always in a world of his own, right? A client is always in the world of their own. They hire people to do, to take care of the administrative work.
Right.
Right. So, never take it personal. Never feel a certain way. Whenever you have to leave a client, don't leave a client, whatever the case may be, it's never about the client, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of the times it's just business. And that's what you have to understand. This is a business.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And we're working in a business, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't be emotional. And working in that camp, Fats, shout out to Fats, shout out to Jerry, another one of my brothers, excellent brother in the business. Been in it a long time. Him and his brother Ghost go way back. Big dude, great dude. And, Black Bo was our liaison.
Right.
He was our liaison to the streets.
Right.
Right.
He received you.
Received us.
Yes.
Right? Because I'm not from Miami.
Right.
Right. I don't know anything about Florida business. Right. Mm-hmm. So here I am coming into an industry, or coming into a situation that my mentor put me in, and we don't have those kind of relationships out there.
Yeah.
Right. So we needed somebody to escort us through that world.
Right.
Right. Escort us through those relationships and escort us through those connections. And Black Bo did that willingly. And, and he did that. He wouldn't do that for everybody now.
Right.
Now, if Black Bo didn't like you, you knew about it. Right. He told you flat out. He let you know. He would let you know. He'll let whoever needed to know he didn't like you.
Yeah.
So you had to earn that kind of respect from him. Mm-hmm. And I did that. And I made a point to do that. I made a point to earn his respect, not ask for it, not come in, I've done this, I've done that.
Right.
Black Bo knew who I worked with before.
Right.
He knows my resume. He knows my background. Mm-hmm. But his thing was, are you deserving respect from a dude like me?
Right.
Right. You might get respect in the industry.
Right.
You might get respect from, labels or whoever.
Yeah.
Execs. That don't mean shit to a dude like me. Mm-hmm. Are you honorable to a dude like me? And that was important for me to show him that I was honorable.
Right.
And for me to show him that I was deserving of his respect. And he gave it to me. And he was excellent about it. I mean, I've seen him walk into situations and walk out of situations without somebody of protection. Right? Mm-hmm. So you're talking about a man who's worth millions and millions and millions of dollars walking into situations with just Black Bo. No security.
Right.
No security.
No backup.
Just Black Bo.
Yeah.
And based on the reputation of Black Bo and based on the reputation of himself, both of them walk out untouched. Now that means something.
Absolutely.
It's got to mean something.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
So I was honored. I was honored to learn. I was honored to, sit at that table with them and let them teach me what it means and how to navigate and how to be able to, not be so aggressive with everybody, right? You can't be aggressive. There are times where that's needed and times when it's not.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
To know who's family, who's not family, who's loved ones, who's not loved ones. You got to be able to zone in on that. And that's probably one of the things that Bo taught me. He taught me how to pay attention and know when a client is embracing someone in love or embracing somebody with hesitation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
To know whether somebody is business, whether somebody's family. Right? To be able to key in on that, right?
Yes.
Without being the dude that has to always be, no, fall back. Or the dude that's like, oh, nah, he's good.
Right.
Like you don't never want to be
You don't want to be
too
that
much of
guy.
that. He's good. He's good guy. Right? You want to be able to instinctively know
notice that.
To know who's good and who's not.
Yes.
You don't want to be the guy that always has to get tapped to be like, nah, man, he's good.
Right.
Sometimes you just know there's no avoiding it. Sometimes there's no avoiding it.
Right.
But you want to be in tuned with who you're working with to know who's good and who's not. And that's how you know you've reached a certain point of respect in the camp and respect in the city. When you're working with people who are respected by entire communities, who are known by entire communities, and you walk into that community, sometimes that community will let you know you ain't shit. Right? And that community will let your client know that you ain't shit. So, you might be able to hide it to the labels.
Right.
Or you might be able to hide it to the management. But when that client walks into that community with you and you ain't shit, that community will let you know, hey, that motherfucker you got with you ain't shit.
Right.
Straight up.
Right.
Just let you know. We got love for you here.
Right.
But you take that motherfucker somewhere else,
Yeah.
and it might be a problem. Get rid of this dude. I've seen it happen time and time again.
Yes.
I've seen it happen time and time again. With the community would tell a motherfucker, hey, listen, get that motherfucker away from you.
Right.
'Cause he ain't shit.
Yeah.
Right? You don't never want to be that guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you want to know who the movers and shakers are. You want to know who the real G's are. And tap them for that knowledge and tap them for that insight. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care who you are in the industry. I don't care what you do in the industry. If it's in hip hop, Black Bo's name is respected.
Right.
So rest in peace to that brother.
Rest in peace.
And God bless him. And everybody over there at MMG. Definitely.
That's a great story.
I mean, there's so many of them.
Right.
Big Tony, Harden, Travis Scott, and these men I'm mentioning are men of respect. So
Right.
I don't have a problem saying their names, but Big Tony, huge, love that brother, and that brother was another one who's been in the game so long, who's built these relationships for so long that when he walked in with somebody, you knew, like, okay, he got somebody real with him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's the idea. That's the idea, man. When somebody walks in with you, are others recognizing that you're worthy of respect?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Are others saying, okay, he's serious about his protection? Because whether you think about it or not, or whether you think it's happening or not, that's what they saying.
Right.
That's what they saying. They saying whether you got a sucker with you or whether you got somebody worthy of respect when you walk into a room.
Yes.
And they will treat you accordingly.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You walk backstage at summer jams when they used to have them, or you walk backstage at some of these concerts. You walk backstage at a fight, right? Back when the fights was the fight. and everybody was backstage and everybody was in the dressing rooms and everybody's backstage. You walk in there with somebody who ain't shit.
Right.
and watch how you get treated.
Yeah.
Now, that's important. Those in the know. You know, those in the know. Those in the know have respect. Now, let me clarify something. You have to get to a certain level, you know, humbly. You have to get to a certain level where you can pick and choose clients based on morals and values.
Right.
That is not going to happen for everybody. Right? I didn't start that way. I didn't start off being able to pick and choose who I was willing to work for. I worked for the code. I worked for the, you know, for the law, for the horseman law. I worked for that law.
Yes.
So regardless of who I worked for or who they was, whether I liked them, whether I didn't like them, whether I respected them or didn't respect them, I did what I did.
The best
I could do
yes.
for the law.
Yes.
I'm at a point now where I can pick and choose. I only choose to work for honorable men. Right? That's the standard I've set.
Yes.
I'm only choosing to be willing to lay my life on the line and take life for men of honor. Right? Not everybody's going to get that. Not everybody's going to be able to do that. Right? So it's important that you have your own moral values and codes when you go out there and work.
It's real.
I'm not telling you to starve. I don't want nobody to starve trying to stick to a moral code or standard that they can't find a client that's willing to abide. So don't do that. Stick to your own moral code for yourself, though.
Yes.
Stick to your own moral code for our business and, you know, the brotherhood, right? Rather than worry about disrespecting a client, don't disrespect yourself.
That's real.
You understand what I'm saying? Because the more you respect yourself, the more you respect the brotherhood, the more powerful the brotherhood will be, right? The more powerful horsemen will be. The more you respect yourself and the more you stand up for horsemen, the more you stand up for the four, the better you'll be in the world and people will look at you that way. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out Cash XO. Shout out to the whole XO company. Honorable men. You understand? And what it means to be with